I don't assume.
Now, your eyewitness weather forecast.
And a pleasant Thursday evening to everybody. I'm meteorologist Jordan Reed, and I've got some good news for you, and that's the fact that our severe weather threat for today didn't really materialize, and we also have a dry weekend on our hands, which is good for the long holiday weekend. As far as downtown Utica is concerned right now, 77 degrees with a west-northwesterly wind at 16 miles an hour, and that dew point is much lower than it has been over the last couple of days. 54 degrees. It's going to remain low through tomorrow, but it'll come back up over the weekend. That's really the only complaint you'll have this weekend about the forecast. Look at that temperature in Watertown right now, 63 degrees with the breeze coming in right off the lake, but you go over toward Varick, it's 81. And here closer to home, we've got temperatures in the 70s area wide right now. Old Forge, that cool spot at 70. And in Watertown right now, you've also got some showers and a few thunderstorms moving through. Same thing across portions of northern Herkimer and northern Hamilton County. We did have a severe thunderstorm watch that was issued for Chenango and Otsego County, but because the threat didn't really materialize there and it kind of fizzled out, it is no longer in effect. It's only in effect for Columbia County going into western New England right now. And in fact, in Broome County, Binghamton, they had so much hail that it looked like snow on Interstate 81 earlier this afternoon. Thankfully, that threat is coming to an end, moving into portions of Connecticut, my home state, western Massachusetts as well, and we are starting to dry things out thanks to that west-northwesterly wind behind this front. So tonight we'll see a few clouds. Temperatures on the chilly side. We should be in the low 60s at this time of year. Tonight will be in the upper 40s to lower to middle 50s, just depending on where you are. And then tomorrow we'll see a lot of sunshine with temperatures generally between 75 and 80 degrees with low humidity, no chance for rain. So we'll take that because we've got all those events coming up to tell you about as well. And Saturday will remain dry also. The only thing you'll notice is that as you head off toward the west, especially into southern Ontario, western Pennsylvania, you may notice a bit of hazy skies thanks to those westerly winds. That's as a result of those Canadian wildfires, but I don't expect the problem to be as bad as it was a couple of weeks ago, I should say, at the start of June, where we had a lot of that surface smoke. Tomorrow it'll just be middle and upper level haze. Tomorrow we will have temperatures again between 75 and 80 for most of us, and really the only place that, and at least in this part of the world, that you'll have to deal with some showers is far down East Maine, and their temperatures will be in the 60s. Most of us will be into the 70s to right around 80. That includes New England as well as much of the state of New York and Pennsylvania as well. So tomorrow afternoon it'll be sunny with temperatures right around 75 to 76, and then we'll see mostly sunny skies in the evening, translating to mostly clear skies with temperatures dropping from the 70s back into the 60s for those fireworks with mainly clear skies. Then, as I mentioned, Saturday we'll see more of an uptick in the humidity as the wind comes from the southwest, and that means temperatures will be warmer as we head through Saturday. But the good news is that the weekend looks completely dry. It's not till Sunday, or it's not till Monday and Tuesday that we start to see more of that showery activity come in. So enjoy the dry weekend while we've got it. The only thing that you'll notice is that not only will we see an uptick in temperature, but more in the way of humidity, maybe a few clouds here and there Saturday and Sunday, not really much of a big deal. But we do have a lot of events to tell you about as well. Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday looking a little bit wet. But as far as the events that we've got the 200th birthday of the Erie Canal celebrations. That's going on right now. The music started at 6 p.m. and then the Albany Symphony Orchestra is performing. Admission is free. Tomorrow we have the parade in downtown Utica at 10 a.m. That goes north on Genesee Street from the old St. Elizabeth Hospital to the Parkway, then east to the Parkway Rec Center, and then we've got the party in the park at FC Proctor Park. That's the intersection of Culver Avenue and Rucker Street beginning at 6 p.m. with fireworks at dusk. In Rome tomorrow, we've got the celebration at Bellamy Harbor Park beginning at 5 p.m. Live music and food trucks. Fireworks going off at 9:30. In Oneonta, their parade starts at 1 p.m. heading northeast on Main Street. Street closures will begin at 11:30 though, and then music at Newa Park begins at 1:30 with fireworks at 9 p.m. In Old Forge, the Vermont Air National Guard will conduct a flyover at approximately 10:55 a.m. The jets will go over White Lake at around 11 a.m. Arts and Crafts Show and the parking lot at Adirondack Bank from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. And the Floyd Community Instrumental Ensemble will perform on the lake starting at 7 p.m., followed by fireworks at dusk. In Cooperstown, we have the music beginning at 7 p.m. in Glimmerglass State Park, followed by fireworks. And finally, last but not least, in Clinton, we've got fireworks at dusk in the Kirkland Town Park with no parade this year, but at least the weather is looking good for all of those events.
Well, Jordan, you mentioned one of the events that we've got coming up next on Eyewitness News at 6, although...
Now, your Eyewitness Weather forecast.
And a pleasant Thursday evening to everybody. I'm meteorologist Jordan Reed. Thankfully, the severe weather threat this afternoon and evening didn't really materialize, and I have more good news for you. We've got a lot of sunshine on the way for the 4th of July, as well as really the entire weekend. Right now, we have mainly clear skies in downtown Utica, 64 degrees. That dew point is in the mid-50s right now, and the winds are out of the northwest at 5 miles an hour, basically meaning it feels very comfortable out there right now. That dew point is going to remain low through the day tomorrow, and so will the northwesterly breeze, but the dew point will come up again over the weekend. Temperatures right now are mainly in the 60s with a couple of exceptions, like Camden is at 70, Boonville at 59, Old Forge at 60, and Paseco is at 58 right now. Some of the cooler spots, and you may dip down into the 40s in some of those spots during the overnight hours. Most of us will be around 55, and we do have mainly dry conditions on the radar right now. That's definitely different than it was earlier this evening, where we had some showers and thunderstorms across the North Country and across the southern tier. Binghamton, for example, got pummeled with some rather large hail today, and in fact, even on Interstate 81, it even looked like snow accumulation, but thankfully that's all set and done. We're just dealing with mainly clear skies during the overnight hours, maybe a few clouds here and there, and a northwesterly breeze around 5 to 10 miles an hour that'll be with us through the entire day, and wall-to-wall sunshine too. You may find a few clouds here and there. And temperatures tomorrow making their way up into the middle and upper 70s. As you head further to the west tomorrow, though, especially closer to Erie, Pennsylvania, closer toward Buffalo, you may find a little bit of a haze in the atmosphere. That's mostly mid and upper level haze because of the westerly winds, and that is drawing in more of that Canadian wildfire smoke. Here closer to home, we'll have temperatures on either side of 75 to 76 tomorrow, just depending on where you are. Cooler up toward the north, as you might imagine, warmer down here in the Mohawk Valley. And if you're going to be doing any traveling tomorrow, obviously expect the roads to be quite busy, like Interstate 81, the New York State Thruway. But no matter where you're going, you really won't have any problems up until maybe a couple of showers on the down East Maine coast. But even there, temperatures will be in the 70s, and those showers won't last very long. Tomorrow, we'll have a lot of sunshine, 76 degrees in the afternoon. In the evening, it's still mostly sunny with a high around 70. And then once we head toward the fireworks, we'll throw in a few high-level clouds, but those fireworks will be a go, with temperatures around 64 before we drop into the 40s and 50s again tomorrow night. And on Saturday, we will add a touch of humidity, so that means temperatures will be a degree or two warmer than the actual air temperatures for those heat index values. But again, remaining dry over the weekend, which is some good news. Rain chances return as we head into next week. Before we get there, though, we have an absolutely beautiful 4th of July upon us, and then as we head into the weekend, we'll add in a few clouds, a little bit of humidity, temperatures on the rise, but overall, we really can't complain because this is our first dry weekend that we've had since November. And I do want to tell you about a couple of events that we do have. These are all during the day tomorrow. So the first one is the 4th of July parade in Utica at 10 a.m. It goes northbound on Genesee Street from the old St. Elizabeth Hospital to the Parkway. Then it goes east to the Parkway Rec Center. Then we have the party in the park at FT Proctor. That's in the intersection of Culver Avenue and Rucker Street, beginning at 6 p.m. with fireworks at dusk. In Rome, we have the celebration at Bellamy Harbor Park beginning at 5 p.m. with live music and food trucks. The fireworks are at 9:30. And then in Oneonta, we've got the parade starting at 1 p.m. heading northeast on Main Street. Street closures, though, those will begin at 11:30. And then music at Niwa Park beginning at 1:30 p.m. with fireworks there at 9 p.m. In Old Forge, we have the Vermont Air National Guard conducting a flyover at approximately 10:55 a.m. with the jets going over White Lake at 11 a.m. Arts and crafts show in the parking lot of the Adirondack Bank from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. and the Floyd Community Instrumental Ensemble performs on the lakefront at 7 p.m., followed by fireworks at dusk. In Cooperstown, we've got music beginning at 7 in Glimmerglass State Park, followed by fireworks. And last but not least, in Clinton, we have fireworks at dusk in the Kirkland Town Park, but unfortunately no parade this year. But unfortunately, the weather is looking great for all of those events.
All right, Jordan, can't wait. Summer's just getting started, but tonight we're looking ahead to the fall sport.
Now, your Eyewitness Weather forecast.
And a good Thursday evening to everybody. I'm meteorologist Jordan Reed, tracking an absolutely spectacular looking 4th of July forecast. And it looks like that's going to hold into the weekend as well. The first time we've been able to say that in about 8 months or so. Right now it's looking pretty spectacular in downtown Utica, 65 degrees. And it feels nice because that dew point is at 57 right now. It's been meandering into the middle and upper 50s, but with a calm wind it feels still like 65 as opposed to the last couple of nights where that dew point was much higher and making it feel a little bit muggy. Right now, we have temperatures up toward the north that are already into the upper 50s, like Boonville and Paseco at 56, Sherburne down to the south also at 57, Old Forge at 58, same for Watertown. Most of us right now across the valley are into the 60s, and the radar is looking much quieter than it did earlier this afternoon. We had a few showers and even a couple of rumbles of thunder across northern Herkimer, northern Hamilton County, and across portions of Chenango, Broome, as well as Otsego County, where, especially in Broome County, Binghamton, there was quite a bit of hail, and that continued across the Catskills, the Mid-Hudson Valley into Connecticut, where there was so much hail it even looked like snow on the roadways. Thankfully, we didn't have that. The threat didn't really materialize over our area. But you can see that cold front exiting the New England coast. In its wake, we have a westerly wind coming in out of Canada, and that means that we'll have temperatures around 50 to 55 overnight tonight, and some of those areas that are already down into the 50s may wake up to temperatures tomorrow morning that are into the upper 40s. But with plenty of sunshine, a few mid and high level clouds, temperatures tomorrow afternoon will make their way up into the 70s, and you can see here we're running Futurecast, but no precipitation is being detected from it. You may notice a bit of mid and high level haze in the atmosphere in addition to the clouds. More so off toward the west, though. It's not going to be an impact to air quality. That's just because of the fact that we have a westerly wind dragging in some of those wildfire smokes yet again from Canada, just like we dealt with at the beginning of June. Temperatures tomorrow will be into the middle and upper 70s for most of the valley. A little bit cooler than that up toward the north, but still not a bad day all in all. Dry, low humidity, plenty of sunshine, and that's basically the same thing as you go into New England as well. You may find a few showers down toward the down east Maine coast, but no matter where your travels take you tomorrow, obviously pack the patience, but weather won't really stop you. And back here closer to home, 76 degrees tomorrow afternoon with plenty of sunshine. As you head into the evening, we'll add in a few mid and high level clouds, temperature around 70, and then 64 for mainly clear conditions for those fireworks. Temperatures on Saturday making their way up into the 80s. We're going to remain dry through the weekend as well, with rain chances not returning until next week, but you'll definitely notice an uptick in humidity, maybe a few more clouds both Saturday and Sunday, but really not much to complain about. And then again, we have those rain chances coming in Monday and Tuesday. Thankfully, those are holding off because we have plenty of events to tell you about. The first one in Utica at 10 a.m. tomorrow is the 4th of July parade going north on Genesee Street from the old St. Elizabeth Hospital to the Parkway, then east to the Parkway Rec Center, and then we also have the party in the park at FT Proctor at the intersection of Culver Avenue and Rucker Street. That begins at 6 p.m. with fireworks at dusk. In Rome, we have the celebration at Bellamy Harbor Park beginning at 5 p.m. with live music and food trucks. The fireworks kick off at 9:30. In Oneonta, the parade starts at 1 p.m. heading northeast on Main Street. Street closures will begin at 11:30 in the morning. Music at Newa Park begins at 1:30 p.m. with fireworks at 9. And then in Old Forge, the Vermont Air National Guard will conduct a flyover at approximately 10:55 a.m. The jets will go over White Lake at around 11. The Arts and Crafts Show in the parking lot of the Adirondack Bank from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. The Floyd Community Instrumental Ensemble performs at the lakefront at 7 p.m., followed by fireworks at dusk. And then in Cooperstown, the music also begins at 7 p.m. in Glimmerglass State Park, followed by fireworks. And last but not least, Clinton has fireworks at dusk in the Kirkland Town Park, but unfortunately no parade this year. Fortunately, though, we'll have a lot of sunshine for all those events tomorrow.
Thank you, Jordan. Coming up next on Eyewitness News at 11.